And we are back. Yes, I hope you enjoyed that. Music time. I hope you jam to it. I hope it was a jam. Now, what I promised you earlier, it is that time for it, okay? We're going to have a great conversation. And mostly we're going to talk about um, the fashion entrepreneurship coming from a young person, a Gen Z for that particular matter. I am joined by Emmanuel Naphthali. He is a model and a fashion entrepreneur. Karibu sana, Emmanuel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Aha, this is the second time I'm hosting you, right?
Yes.
Ah, all right. So you are a resident. When you come to us, you're officially a resident guest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look nice. I was
Thank
telling
you.
him Anaka Vizuri when we were starting, and it's obvious because when you're in that business, then you have to look the part.
Yes.
All right. So, for the sake of those who don't know you,
Yeah.
maybe you can tell them who you are. Tell them who Naftali is, what you're doing, and maybe any other information that you want them to know.
Okay. Allow me to give you a brief introduction about myself. My name is Emmanuel Naphthali, an entrepreneur, model, about a half a decade in experience in modeling, Mr. Kasarani 2023-2024. And today I'd like to talk a bit about my startup brand known as Nafrican that focuses in fashion, commoditizing fashion in Africa, commoditizing culture in African fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Nafrican is the startup, right?
Yes.
Okay, Nafrican, spell Nafrican for those that mtu ataenda kutype vitu wrong if they want to get it on social media.
So basically, Nafrican was formed with three words. First of all, the N stands for my name, which is Naftali. Then Afri. Afri is Africa. Then Ken is Kenya. So it originates from Africa in Kenya.
Aha.
Yes.
So Naftali, African, and Kenyan.
So Nafrikaen.
Okay.
Yes.
Nafricans. Wow, amazing. And that's what we want to do a bit today,
Yes.
right? Last time we were talking about modeling, but you can also still tell us, did modeling give birth to the fashion entrepreneur that you are, or did you still have it while you were a model? Because you started off as a model, right?
Yes.
So yeah, tell us the interrelation, correlation.
Okay, basically, fashion, I can say it amounted to it, but in some aspects. Initially, I was an entrepreneur from the get-go because I had other businesses, but the problem was I was still in school, in campus, so the time management there was kind of hectic for me. So after I realized that I myself can design outfits, because one day people asked me, a person just randomly asked me, wow, you look nice. Where did you get this attire from? I was dumbfounded because I didn't know what to say, because I only made it for myself.
Yeah.
See? So I didn't know that people would want my attires. So it started out as an idea. And to form a business, basically you need to start by solving a problem. Now, allow me to elaborate. The problem that Nafrican, as a company and brand, is solving is, have you ever been invited to an event or a wedding, and in that invitation card, there was certain themed dress code that you're required to have? Well, you knowing perfectly well you don't have that emerald green or black with a touch of gold attire in your closet will push you to go and look for a tailor to design it for you, right? But now you see, I don't mean to be discreet, but judging from the infamous unreliability of most, not all, but most Kenyan tailors, if you got that invitation card 1 week prior to the event, you and I both know we're not going to get that attire on time. So
That's true.
yeah, so Nafrican was formed from the problem of the basis of the unreliability of most Kenyan tailors. Yeah, because I too was apparently I succumbed to the problem. So I instead of complaining, I chose to solve it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. And for most innovation, it's usually you look for a problem that is there,
Yes.
and then try solve it, and
Yeah.
that's how you end up to be
Yeah.
a great person, a great business person, because you're
Yes.
solving a problem. There's a need in the society, and for you, it is that unreliability for the tailors that are there. So, Nafricans, what inspires Nafricans?
Okay, African basically is inspired by the cultural heritage of African culture. Basically, allow me to ask you a beckoning question. Here's the question. Give me a time in history when Africans shaped the world. The fact that we all have to think that far back should give us a sense why this meeting and conversation is not only distressing but necessary. You see? And plus, there's the problem of lack of jobs, not only in Kenya but the whole of Africa. Now, let me try and justify my claim. Did you know that the first university in the whole world ever to be recorded was built here in Africa?
Which one?
It was built in Fez, Morocco, and the founder was a Muslim woman known as Fatima Al-Firi. Dating since the 19th century, people went to school to acquire certificates, diplomas, degrees, and masters if you're so pleased in particular professions, right? But this education system was very helpful and is still helpful till this day. But there was one problem. The education system didn't cater for the talent. It only catered for the professions. Now, African, as a company, aims to provide that platform. According to my research, dating since the 20th century, a new era arose, a new era of talented individuals. But now you see the talented individuals had no platform. Now this is where an African steps in. It aims to provide the same system but for talent. That way profession and talent will be catered for. Yes.
All right. And we have some images of an African so that you're able to see it. I don't know if our producer is ready with them. Willa. Okay. So we have them, but as we go on, you'll get to see Africans, you know, relate with it. There's a touch, you know, the Africanness in Africans.
Yes.
So, why did you choose to settle for the, you know, the African? Yeah.
That's quite simple. First of all, as I told you before, you had to solve a problem, right? But now the second problem you have to solve, the second information you need to know is there a market segment? Is there a market for the product? Now, as I did my small research, I noticed that there's a basic consumer base of affluent individuals in Africa and Kenya that want bespoke, timeless African artists that they can pay for it. So I knew that Africa as a continent for now has no commodity. We have no natural export. Basically people, maybe gold, diamonds, all those mining. But now I want to commoditize the African culture because the African culture is very quite unique. Yeah.
Okay. So you want to tell the uniqueness of Africa, and it's something that's still on demand, you know, it's not quite there. But is it, I don't know, is getting the African fabrics, is it cheaper? Because I understand, you know, for the little experiences we have here and there, looking for original, you know, African fabrics, especially for the Rora shows we have been to and stuff. If you want to get some good ones, then you get from Nigeria, you know, if you want that, you know, good, or Ghana. I don't know why West Africa have this good materials. So is it easy? Is it cheaper? Is it hard? You know, where do you get them?
Okay, basically, what I know, there's nothing easy in this world. If it comes easy, it will live easy. You see? So the basis of an African, as I formed the company and brand, I wanted it to be international.
All right.
In every country, there are fabrics, right? You
Yeah.
see? So you hang with the best to become the best. So recently, I partnered with an international university that's known as Mahanaim International University.
Yeah.
And in that university, they formed a program known as IYF, which in full means International Youth Fellowship. Now, in this program, they offer free education. I actually became a graphic designer. I'm an alumni. So the basis of an African is to elevate Africans, to offer helping hand. You see? So I have partnered with the fashion designers. So an African has an army of fashion designers. First of all, I said the problem we're solving is unreliability and also timelessness. Simple. when you order an attire, the soonest we can get it to you is better, you see. But when you order an attire from one tailor, it will be kind of hectic because it's not only you, he's handling your attire. So we have a lot of fashion designers from that school, which are an alumni, and I told you there was a problem of lack of jobs. So we are already employing the fashion designers, you see. And if also you want to become a fashion designer, you can just come to IYF, they educate you, you get certified, then you get employed by Nafrican. We will be happy to have you. Yes.
So I'm still on, you know, you've said nothing is easy and understandable. But with the networks, you know, how, you know, for the materials that you do, for the clothes that you have, where do you source your materials from?
Basically, that is a question for the value chain. Do you know value chain?
Tell me about it.
Okay, value chain. Let me give you an example. What's the value chain of maybe unga ya ugali, right? Let me just give you a general view. So, where does unga ya ugali come from?
Maize.
Exactly. Where does maize come from?
The farm.
And what happens for the maize to grow?
Needs to be planted, looked after.
Exactly.
You know, so
now that's the value chain. So once you trace back to get to know where the product originated from, dating from history, you remember, let's say, during the slave trades, trans-Saharan and all that. You remember that Africans used to work in farms, and they used to farm cotton, these materials, these unique materials, you see. So basically, the fabrics are just from the African continent itself, from the farms and everything. And for now, just for now, because African is still a work in progress, I'm going to get my fabrics from Nairobi Textiles, something like that, you see. So if I go to Uganda, maybe there's another place like Nairobi Textiles in Uganda, you see. Yeah, so the materials are there, it's just you to utilize them. Yeah, so I'm also employing creatives. So actually the crown that I have right now, I designed it by myself. Even this attire, I designed it by myself.
Okay, just hold it there, because I want you to tell us about the attire.
Okay.
But I want you to tell us right after we get to see now we have it, the images of Nafrican. There we have it. So that's the logo, right?
Yeah, this is the logo. I actually designed it by myself. As you can see, there's a touch of African print. I actually even sell hoodies. If you want, I can enable you to
get an African hoodie.
Yeah, get an African hoodie. Get to know the experience of Africa.
And what inspired the logo up there?
Okay, the basis of the logo is that if you can gaze, it looks like a panther, right?
Yes, it does.
And what color is the black panther? Already said it. Okay, black panther. Yeah, the black panther is black. So the blackness resonates with African skin. You see, because we are black, the cradle of mankind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And now the shield, shield was originally Africa, the African outline. But now I just said, let me just make it simpler. So when you see this logo, just know the Black Panther, and this shield represents Africa.
Okay.
All around it.
Around. Okay. Now this one.
Now this one is actually the hoodies that I'm selling. If you're interested, just DM in African, IG, TikTok, anywhere. I'll deliver it to you. Any color you want, any size.
So do not be blinded by the watch, because my producers are saying about the watch. You're only extra. You get to ask about that when you come to buy the hoodies. All right. So this is, do you do custom?
Yeah, custom made. I do custom made hoodies, everything. There's nothing I can't do. Yeah.
And it's original quality, because some people look for
quality, very quality. Trust me, quality
stuff. Yeah. All right, next one. Let's get the next one.
So this was a design that is designed by myself. I told you that I also did graphic design. So I just sat down, instead of drawing on a paper, I first sketched on a paper, then I drew it using an AI app.
Look at that.
Yeah, so basically Adobe Illustrator.
So yeah, wonderful. Using technology, I think now you have an upper hand, you have an added advantage, being a fashion designer, but you're also a graphic designer. So Exactly. This is in Indiana
That's the
too.
basis of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, okay.
So this was a time when I was Mr. Kasarani, as I said, and this is the Miss Kasarani, who's Jed Stasi. This was during when I stepped down as the Mr. Kasarani.
When you handing over.
Yeah, so this was the last picture or the last time that I was Mr. Kasarani. Yeah.
So we can certify, that he was Mr. Kasarani.
This is just another design that I invented.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, every idea starts in the brain.
And then you put it down.
Yeah, then you put it. Now, the process of implementing, that's where a lot of people cut it short. Yeah, they just have the ideas, but they don't.
They leave it at that.
Yeah, they leave it at that. Then they're like, oh, I wish.
Okay.
Yeah, so here, I also met I had the
the
honors of meeting Honorable Ronald Karuri, the Member of Parliament of Kasarani.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Actually, it was a very funny story. He just saw me and came and held my hand, and I'm like, okay.
Okay, I hope he's worked with you.
Yeah, we've worked with him a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a very inspirational man. That's what I can see. Yeah.
Okay, that's great to see that the leaders are in touch.
Yeah. So this picture is actually, I don't know if you can see me perfectly, but this picture also tells a story.
Yeah, we can see you perfectly.
Tells a story. This one is actually, I'm actually also a surveyor, a land surveyor. So this is the Director General of Regional Center for Mapping and Resource, which is located in Kasarani.
Oh, okay.
So we actually friends, and he's actually my namesake. He's called Emmanuel Naphthali. Yeah, he's one of my mentors. So when I talk about African being an international company, I mean it. Yes, I mean it.
Okay, that's great. You
he's
clearly
actually
have good networks.
Rwandan. He's Rwandan.
Very nice.
So
now
this is the crown.
Your crown.
Yeah. So this
the
crown.
The same one you have, right?
Yeah, the same one I have right now. This crown is actually, it took me some time. It actually has a background story.
Tell us about it.
The background story about the crown was, I was looking for a decent crown that has magnitude, has gravitas. You see, because most crowns when you go to purchase most crowns, they are not that authentic. Okay. So I was looking for an authentic crown, so I said, why not make my own?
You did your own crown?
Yeah. It actually gave me a lot of stitches, but yeah.
Wow.
I made it.
So this is that?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. This is a great job. I mean, wow. Really, really creative.
Yeah. So creativity, check.
Creativity, check. All the way.
Check, yeah.
All right. So, yeah, so this is the last picture. So my producer is asking a question, I've not quite gotten it. But, so, she's asking if it represents the African culture, the crown.
Actually, the attire that I'm wearing right now is not for a particular country, but for the whole of Africa. The
whole African continent.
So this outfit that I'm wearing right now tells a story. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So, as you can see, this fabric, this one represents, I'm actually a Luo, so this one represents Luanda Magere. I think you guys have had familiar story. That name is very familiar.
Luanda Magere, yeah. Everyone did, history in social studies, we got that. Luanda Magere.
So, about the crown represents our royalty as African, as the African continent. We are the cradle of mankind, where human beings originated from. You see?
Yeah.
So as you can see, there's the gold, which represents authenticity.
The gold in the cloth, yeah?
Authenticity of Africans, you see? Then black, skin color.
Okay, I love it. What about this
one is Nigerian and all that.
Yeah.
And this actually, I don't know if you can see, but this one actually is an invention that I made. I wanted to represent, have you watched Black Panther?
Yes.
Yeah, T'Challa. The now late T'Challa. That was a very inspirational movie. It actually amounted to an African in some aspects. Yeah.
Okay, very, very interesting. All the way. So black gold, even the shoes are black gold. I mean, all three very consistent. I love it. This is clearly amazing. So do you someone might ask, if they contact you, do you major on maybe gentlemen's clothes? Have you done ladies' clothes? Do you do kids' clothes? Are they specific, or you're open?
Okay, according to my market segment, basically it's both genders. They're basically between the ages of 23, 22, 25 to 45. And they want to wear some attires that are unique but not loud. You see?
Attires that are unique but not loud. Okay.
So I guarantee quality, I guarantee timelessness, and I guarantee you can afford it. Yes.
Okay.
When I come, I make a statement and I do it. I'm a man of my word. Yeah.
And people can see samples of your work as well?
Yes. Very soon you'll see samples of my work because of the partnership that is quite recent. You'll see a lot of samples. So I can guarantee authenticity at its finest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about, for someone who, you know, someone's watching and like, wow, how did he get here? Like, how has the journey been like for you? How has the, you know, ups and downs, or has it been smooth for you? For someone who's also interested in starting up something, might not be fashion, but any other startup.
Okay, I'll answer that question with a sentence or a quote.
Tell me.
And the quote is, the ability of time and attention. Let me elaborate. Time and attention means that whatever you're going through, whatever you're going through, as long as you have a positive affirmation of the word no, which no stands for next opportunity.
I love that. Repeat, please.
Okay. The positive affirmation of the word no, which no means next opportunity,
Right.
you're guaranteed for success. And the characters, the actions that you're doing, are they projecting you towards success or failure? So it's all about self-development. I can tell you for a reason it has not been easy. When I was Mr. Kasarani, I actually went to Sarit Center and I walked in all of the stores, fashion stores, just to look for a partnership. And I met some, I can't say racist, but some Indians who are not that pleasant with me.
They're racist.
Yeah, so what I can tell you is, as much as it was a negative experience, I said at least I tried. You see, yeah, at least you try. You don't just sit there and do nothing. You either do it the best or don't do it at all.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is based on most experiences. And you can never call yourself a leader when you can't stand the people who you want to genuinely help accuse you or ridicule you. But you still help them.
You still help them regardless of the ridicule.
Yeah, regardless of the ridicule, you still help them because this thing that I'm doing actually right now is bigger than me. It's bigger than our argument. It's bigger than the haters. Yeah.
Okay, so you look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, you look at the bigger picture because if you focus on these small issues, we'll never grow.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you meet a person who's more skilled than you, learn from them. When you meet a person who's at your level, make space. But when you meet a person who's lower or less skilled than you, offer a helping hand.
Oh, you're spewing wisdom. Come again with that. I mean, that is so profound. When you meet a person who's higher than you, do what?
You learn from them. When you meet a person who's at your level, make room so that you can learn together. But when you meet a person who's lower than you or less skilled than you, offer a helping hand. Yes.
Okay. So if someone is at your space, at your level, create space.
Yeah, create space because together we grow.
We grow together.
Yeah.
If someone is lower, offer a helping hand. Bring them up. If someone is higher than you, then
actually learn from the Director General, from the MP, from as in all this. The person who I am today is because I always learned from people who are more skilled than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have been very open to learning all the way. There's something that I'm trying to get from your website that I saw here. So you have written, born in Africa, dressed for the world.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's actually the mantra, which is in African, a new era of African luxury. Born in Africa, dressed for the world. Together, we shall climb the mountain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. I love it. The vision I see here is to become the leading global brand for African-inspired luxury fashion, celebrated for its artisanship, authenticity, and cultural significance.
Yes.
Amazing. And the mission is to preserve, promote, and commoditize African heritage through the creation of exquisite custom-made royalty wear that embodies elegance, power, and sophistication. Wow, I love it. I love. There's also something that you're saying on the brand. The artistry behind African designs was based on the modern day designs with a touch of African prints, which highlights its uniqueness. So basically, like what you're wearing right now, it speaks exactly of what you have written. Amazing. Now, for I don't know how free you are to maybe tell us your rates.
My rates.
Are you able to tell us your rates? Yeah.
Okay, my
Someone's
rates
interested.
depends on the product that you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's either custom made. We also mend clothes. If you have a torn cloth, you can just bring it to Kasarani.
Yeah.
Or just DM me and DM African, not me. DM African, and they'll mend it for you.
Okay.
You see? So basically, pardon, which is the question you've asked again?
The rates.
Oh, the rate.
You have, yeah.
So the rate, like, for example, the outfit that I'm wearing right now, this is a total of, it amounts to 7,000 shillings. Yeah, including inclusive of the crown is exclusive.
Okay.
Because the crown alone can amount to 5,000 shillings.
All right.
You see? Yeah, so basically, it just depends on what you want. If it's a shirt, obviously it won't be that expensive, you see?
Yeah.
But if it's a custom-made cloth,
it will.
Yeah. So the prices vary. It's just based on what you require or what you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the hoodies?
Oh, the hoodies. The hoodies I'm starting at, I'm offering the experience at 800 shillings.
Okay.
Then I also sell shirts. I offer the experience of shirts, so you can also buy a shirt, whichever size you want, whichever color you want, and they go for 700 shillings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's quite fair. It's a good price, especially because you're offering quality.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Tell us, where do you see yourself, even as we come to a close on this conversation, where do you see yourself in the next few years? And especially now with the changing times, technology, with things, with creativity, where do you see yourself?
Okay, where do I see myself is based on what I learn. Skills is what makes you valuable.
Yeah.
Simple. Your philosophy is directly related to your income, not the economy.
Your what?
I say it again. Okay, no, I think I've said it wrongly. But what I meant to say is your income is directly related to your philosophy, not the economy.
Okay.
So this issue of Serikali's idea and all that, and you're not helping each other, we need to help create the environment for people to grow.
Okay.
So that's what I aim to do. You create the environment for people to grow. You only expand in your skills, then you become valuable. So where do I see myself in the next 5 years or so? Yeah. Okay. In the next 5 years, Nafrican will be a big company, an international company. We will have gone global. And that I can guarantee, as long as I partner with international partners or interested stakeholders or shareholders.
Okay.
Yeah, and the creatives. Africa, we are creative. That's what I can say. I've noticed that Africa, we're very creative.
You're creative.
Yeah, dancing, modeling, creativity, design, anything. We're very creative.
Absolutely. I think we're the home of creatives, we're the continent of creatives, when it comes to everything. Even innovation, are very creative. Africans have come up with some brilliant, amazing stuff. And so have you. So we wish you the very best, even as you continue with African. And we hope to have you again, to showcase now, your brand. And
the next level.
The next level of it. We'll be definitely here for it. So this is your camera. You can give your final say and you share the social media platforms that you want to know. Okay,
my final say, first of all, I'd like to begin with the quote, "Together we shall climb the mountain." Nafrican, a new era of African luxury, born in Africa, dressed for the world. You can follow our platforms at Nafrican, both on TikTok, Instagram, and all social media platforms. We'll be happy to engage with you. Have a marvelous day.
Okay, wow. You speak like a mister, true mister. You know, Kasarani, though that was 2023, 2024. But now he is the CEO of and founder, right?
Yes.
Of Nafrican. So you follow him there. If you truly want to be dressed for Africa, but okay, I'm forgetting
Born in
it.
Africa.
Born in Africa, dressed for the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if that is your goal and you just love elegance and uniqueness, then you know you've got the right plug right here, and that's pretty much it. We're going to take a short break right after this and come back with some great stuff for you.